Better Podcast. I'm your host, Tega. I'm joined by two of my very seasoned guests on the show, Edmund Oris and Williams. Edmund, how are you doing today?
I'm fine. I'm okay. I had a brilliant day. I'm fine. I'm happy. And I'm excited to be here again.
Okay, I think you forgot one of your favorite adjectives. Buzzing.
To be fair, I'm not. To be fair, I'm not buzzing because I think prior to I got a very sad news. One of my friend, my secondary school friend, and literally like my brother, I lost his dad. So it just put me in a kind of funk. But so I'm not buzzing, but I'm good.
Sorry about that. Dr. Williams, how are you doing? Talking about losing someone now, how do we stop this from happening? I think you're a doctor now, so you should give us a good insight to this.
So, are you putting me on the spot? Well, it's good to be here. I've been out all day. I'm finally had to make sure I get in on time to be on this podcast. Well, Edmund, I sympathize with you and your friend and his family. My prayer goes out to you guys. Death is inevitable, but it's how we mourn in it and how we rise from it that matters. I feel with time the pain will ease off and your friend will be fine. I pray God helps his family, provides for them and comforts them in this time of their loss. There is nothing a doctor can do apart from the little he knows. God is the one that gives life. We just try to come close, but we are not so good yet to that.
Wise words indeed, Dr. Williams. Thanks for that. Talking about a group of people who are very sad at the moment, Manchester United fans. I think they should be one of the saddest people on earth at this time. So they were embarrassed by Everton 4-0. Oris, what do you think about the game, and how do we even start to comfort Man United and their fans?
There's nothing to console. They were shambolic, they were terrible, they were poor, they were very poor on the day. Everton just ran over them like I don't even know what to say. But for Manchester United, the bigger problem, and it's something that we talked a little bit about on the podcast, where Ole came in and they were flying, they were winning games, and that's initial buzz. Yeah, you're a Chelsea fan, so you guys get to experience it a lot. So I think you have a lot of experience on this. That initial feel of interim manager, where most of the players are performing on super level. They want to prove to the old manager, and they want to prove to the club that it was the manager that was holding them back. The manager was and that honeymoon phase now for Ole is gone, and then we are seeing the real issue that Jose Mourinho and other top managers, Luis van Gaal, has experienced there. For them, it's poor. A lot of the players are not performing. Pogba is shambolic. Even DJ, their top performer for many, many years, is conceding goals left, right, center. He's leaking goals. Lindelof was poor. Ashley Young, let's not even start talking about Ashley Young, please. So everybody from the only person I can say has put in a semi-decent ship has been the youngster McTominay, but he's not just at the level required to play for Manchester United Football Club. So they have a lot of work to do, a lot of work.
Yeah, because for me, I think it's one of the worst performances I've ever seen in Manchester United, like since I've been watching them for a while. And there are so many bad performances they had under Mourinho. But this one was super terrible because from beginning to the end, they were just poor. Williams, what do you think about the game in?
Well, I told you in retrospect that Ole is riding his luck.
Yeah, you did see, you and Edmund did say that, and you were engaged in his appointment.
Manchester United, him, the coach and the players, they reach a point of extremum. They are clueless from the board to the least person in that coaching staff and the players. Look at what they do with Everton. Yes, I criticized Arsenal some weeks ago about what they did at Everton, but Manchester United, they were awful. Very awful. They couldn't tackle. They couldn't pass the ball. They had their passes everywhere.
First shot at the 85th minute, Williams.
It was. I didn't even understand what was happening. Then they tried to form. What did they do? They tried to take off. Phil Jones at halftime.
Yeah.
They brought in Ashley Young.
I don't know who is worse in the both of them.
Ashley Young was trying to play left back. Then Dalot, which is supposed to be the right back, is playing on the left hand of the midfield. Then they brought in McTominay. Yeah. Then Matic was the problem in that team. He was too slow. He couldn't mark. You can't mark Sigurdsson, who is one of the slowest players in the Premier League. It's disgraceful now. See where he scored from. Just look at where he scored from.
But there's one thing. Sigurdsson is he might be slow, but it's very technical. And there's an issue that you raised, because I think Man United, they have no pattern of play. I think if you watch Chelsea, you can say, okay, they are playing sorry, but they are trying to emulate this style of football. Even if it's boring, even if it makes Chelsea fans like me angry when they pass from side to side, there's a pattern of which they play. You watch teams like Burnley, they have a pattern where they just cross to the striker and everything. But for Man U, there's no like single pattern. That you watch Man U, you're like, okay, how will Man U play? We know how they are going to play, but I don't think they have a pattern. Oris, what do you think?
About the pattern, it's if you look at it, it's still the same style of football they played under Mourinho that they're playing now, because when they play against the big teams, the likes of Arsenal, if you watch Arsenal, PSG, Barcelona, they defended. Yeah. They don't attack. They don't. Ole is always talking about playing the United way. We have to play the United with the United ball. He is not playing the United way, because during Ferguson, okay, apart from when he played Barcelona, Ferguson always attacked, regardless of who he was playing. Yeah. You get what I'm saying? But it's exactly what Luis Van Gaal said in his interviews, that Ole plays like Mourinho. The only difference, as when he was winning, was that he was getting the result initially. Now he's not getting the result, and a lot of people are saying now that he doesn't have a style of play. The style of play was like Mourinho: defend and strike on the counter attack with either Martial, Lukaku, and Rashford. You get, so that's their style of play: defend deep and attack. Literally, they are packing the bus, but in this case, they are not just able to defend the lead well or defend properly and get the counter attack. They were shambles. I've never seen a performance so limp before from Manchester United against Everton. They were just all over the place.
I think now they are like on 5 straight away losses, and they had on a run of 9 straight wins away from home when Solskjaer came in, and now they are on a run of 5 straight away losses. And I think there's this selective analysis for Solskjaer. When he was winning, there was something like, oh, is the best thing to happen since sliced bread? Oh, is this? Oh, is that? but now that they are losing, they are now blaming the whole thing on the players. So my question to Williams is that should Solskjaer also take the blame, not just Manchester United players, because everybody blames Ashley Young, John Smalling. But when they are winning, I think it was also using these same players. But now they are losing, they are pushing the blame to the players and saying Solskjaer is. So what do you think about this whole blame game at Manchester United at the moment?
In a home, if the children are not performing well or they're not doing well outside, you blame the family that they gave them poor home training. We need to blame the coach and blame the players. The coach is not motivating those players enough, and those players are not motivated. They're not motivated by themselves. So clearly, there is an underground issue in that Manchester United team. Is it that Solskjaer is not doing enough?
Yeah.
Because I don't know why a team that has for Pogba, Lukaku, all of a sudden they just crashed once. It's surprising. I was thinking after the Barcelona match, they will try and perform so that their fans will like, okay, Barcelona was tough. This is what we are really good at. They came there and it was a very silent person, very silent. They've reached the point of extremium. This Manchester United, they need to sell. My problem now is that in the market, who wants to play for Solskjaer? Because players want to know the kind of coach they want to play for. Solskjaer is not a big name, so can he attract big signings? Yes, no. Some of the players will come because it's Manchester United. Yes,
definitely.
Manchester United.
Definitely.
But Solskjaer, they don't really know Solskjaer. If Mourinho was there, some players will have come. Yes, Mourinho is Man U. So I think that's the biggest problem they need to do now.
There's also this issue of are we going to come to Manchester United and play in the Europa League? Because from the looks of things, it's looking like they may not finish. Yeah, it's looking more likely that they may not finish in that top 4 position. So they not getting Champions League is going to put them a step backwards because most top players will not want to come and play in the Premier League. Yeah,
talking about someone who would not even want to play in the Europa League is like Paul Pogba, and you touched on it because against Everton he was nowhere to be found. He wasn't performing, and I guess that the loss to Barcelona. Every team can lose to Barcelona. I feel if Barcelona beat you, it's not a shameful thing these days because they're expected to lose. So everything, but the way he performed against Everton was very bad, and I think his mind is already on Real Madrid, moving to Real Madrid. Or what do you think, Oris?
They will not sign him.
I don't know. I don't know what his mind. I don't know what's going through his mind. But then there's this reluctance with him from what we're hearing that he doesn't want to sign a new contract or is demanding for a certain amount of money because of the Alexis Sanchez
yes.
and something. Yeah, to be fair to him, Pogba, I think he has been their best performer this season. Even though he has, in the grand scheme of things, he has underperformed by his standard. But he has the highest number of, he has the highest number of goals, highest number of assists, highest number of shots, highest number of everything attack-wise you can think of. Though, to be fair to the rest of them, he takes their penalties. He takes lots of penalties. But that's nobody's business. But to be demanding the kind of wage that Alexis Sanchez is doing, you can't blame him because Sanchez, we all know, is a ghost worker. So if I'm in Pogba's shoes, to be fair to them, to be fair, I would demand for the same thing. And I think Manchester United are reluctant to want to pay Pogba that kind of amount because of the whole wage. They have to watch their wage structure and everything. And then Pogba on his own too is also considering if he goes to Real Madrid, he will perform better because then you have the likes of Ramos, you have the likes of Marcelo, you have the likes of Toni Kroos, you have Modric. So then you are not playing with McTominay and you are not playing with Fred. So there's a different level in class. But Pogba on his own is highly inconsistent. It's my problem with him. He can like there was a period where he was on fire. He was scoring goals, assists everywhere. But for the past 5-6 games, even the games where he scored both penalties, he has been terrible. He has been nowhere to be found, like you said, against Everton. So I don't really know what he wants to do. But if I'm the one, to be honest, I don't really see Manchester United getting anywhere back to their old glory. If I'm the one, I will go to Real Madrid. The project there, it looks interesting. So
let's talk about another team that had another rubbish performance. Arsenal. I mean, they were at home to Crystal Palace. Williams, I will allow you that because they are the main Arsenal fan. Oris is just a sympathizer for the Gunners. So, Williams, what did you think about Arsenal's?
See, Arsenal, they are a disgrace. See that Mustafi boy? He's an idiot. Sorry to say. Sorry, I'm swearing. The madman. I will defend better than Mustafi. What rubbish is that? You are trying to fall.
But wait,
your time. Wait.
Over times on this podcast, I have castigated Mustafi, but you always defense. So it's actually very interesting and satisfying to see that you are finally concurring that Mustafi, he's rubbish.
He's a stupid person. You see, let me start from the first. That free kick was unnecessary. Then you leave Benteke, who is the marksman, who has not scored since last year, April.
But the defenders have been leaving Benteke. He hasn't scored. That's the point. It's not.
Emma, are you even hearing me? Benteke has not scored since last year, April. You are not marking him. Then he's going to head the ball. You are raising your hand for offside. Okay, fine, 1-0. Ozzy put us 1-1. Then you are the last man. You are playing against Zaha that has space and has skill. They are trying to shield him, and you are not shielding him properly.
You are trying to shield him at the edge of the box. Who does that?
You are pass the ball to Leno and clear out. You're not blaming Leno that Leno did not come out so fast. As in, what is your problem? We want to know what is your problem. See, I don't want to see Mustafi in that team next season. Emery knows that. Emery defended him. Emery defended him that he has seen consistency in him over the season. He wants to join at the end of the season. we should sell Mustafi. Mustafi is confused.
You are still giving him to the end of the season. Left for me.
Arsenal being Arsenal, they won't sell him because he's just 25 years and 26 years. They want to keep him because of the number of years he has in the game. But I just pray the system will change because Mustafi was terrible. Anytime he's with the ball, there is always this fear and this doubt that is clouding him. I don't know. Okay, Socrates is suspended. That's why he won't play. I think we should have taken up Mustafi and left Mavropanos in that team and just allow him and Koscielny to play because Mustafi, I just don't understand.
Okay, Oris, so
left for me, Williams is saying they should sell him by the end of the season. Left for me, he should not even be anywhere near the football club. As far as after the game on Saturday, he should not smell the starting 11 for no reason at all. If you don't have any player to replace him, play with 10 men. Yes. Because
yes, man.
Who does that, man? Like when I was so pissed off. You are defending at home. You are fighting for a Champions League spot. Your main and closest rivals, Manchester United, have lost. You have heard it. Your other close rival, your North London rivals, Tottenham, have lost. You heard about it. You bring your A game. See, when your opponent lose, when your direct rivals lose, you have to win. It's imperative that you win. And then you are playing at home in front of your fans. And then you go and do that kind of thing. What kind of rubbish is that? Who does that? And they are going to pay him this week. And people are here.
Do you want his salary? Are you so angry about it?
You should not be paid. You don't make that kind of mistake, guy. You don't do that. You don't just do that. You do that when you play for clubs like maybe Cardiff, or you play for clubs like Fulham. When you do that, it's acceptable. But you don't do that playing for Arsenal. You have the opportunity to go 5 points ahead of Manchester United. You have the opportunity to go about 3 points above Tottenham. Literally, if Arsenal have won that game, then it will have been locked in that, yes, no matter how bad it is, they are going to get top 4. But right now, it's not sure because Tottenham have lost, Manchester United have lost, Arsenal have lost, Chelsea drew on today. So it just looks like none of them wants to qualify for Champions League. Yes, now they want to.
That was exactly my next question I wanted to ask, because I wanted to ask who makes the top 4. But I saw Chelsea tonight, and a 2-2 draw when you had the chance. You are playing at home to get 3 points.
You are playing at home against Burnley that have nothing to fight for. So I don't understand. So I do not understand these teams. Tottenham, Chelsea, Man U, Arsenal. These teams, it seems nobody wants to qualify for the Champions League, or nobody wants to make top 4. Because I'm just confused with them. So Tega, let me tell you.
Who do you think makes top 4?
Let me tell you who's going to make top 4. Man City, Liverpool, those two are already sure. So they are gone. I feel Tottenham wanted. They are a decent team. They obviously they were not going to beat Manchester City away from home. It wasn't possible. Yeah. So I knew they were going to lose that game. So I think they have 4 more games. They will find a way. They will struggle. They will get across the line. Yeah. So it's going to be between Arsenal, Manchester United, and Chelsea. But Arsenal have this edge because of one. They have, I think, Manchester United and Chelsea play against each other, I think, next weekend.
Yeah.
So that's a big game for Arsenal.
I feel if Chelsea wins, or if anybody who wins that match might
qualify
top 4 to get the top 4, because my Arsenal is inconsistent. Games you expect them to win. In fact, all of them are inconsistent. But when Arsenal have it easy in terms of they just beat Napoli, games you expect them to just win, like against Crystal Palace, they keep on flopping their lines. That's why I feel they might not.
But let me tell you the people I feel will go for sentimental reasons. I want Liverpool, Man City, Arsenal, and Chelsea. I don't want Tottenham and Man United to go. I know definitely, no matter how bad, for me, Man United are out. They can't because Tottenham, Manchester City will beat them on Wednesday, and that will just be the end. That will be the end for them. You people probably beat them away from home.
So Williams, who do you think makes the top 4?
Arsenal and Tottenham.
Okay. let's talk about quickly. Let's just talk about Liverpool, because they just can't. They keep on. Anytime Man City wins, Liverpool wins. This Gbazgbos or whatever it is. They are just shooting. They are just at each other's neck. So who do you think will slip up finally? Or do you think Man City will win the league by just 1 point?
It will go down to the wire.
So you expect Man City to win the league with 1 point?
To the last game of the season.
What do you think about that situation?
Obviously, I've always said it here on this podcast that I see Man City winning the league. I see them winning the league. They've won their last 10 games in the league, 10 games. And at that time, they played Arsenal, they played Chelsea, they've played Tottenham. You get, which is quite unfortunate for Liverpool, because on any other season, Liverpool should be champions because they have been so good. They've lost just once all season, which means that they've gone to all league games and gotten a point at least from it. It's mad. I think what's his name? Alisson just broke the record for the number of clean sheets in a single season. I think in 19.
Yeah.
So their defense is impeccable. They have 2 players that are nominated for PFA awards. Good for them, but I just still see that it's just unfortunate that it's not in their hands again. If Man City win all their games, which I see Man City doing, they will be champions. So yeah, I still see Man City edging it. Both of them win all their games at the end of the season.
Let's talk about 2 teams that have won their leagues, PSG and Juventus. After everything, PSG had the chance to win the league 3 weeks ago. They ended up drawing, and the subsequent matches, they just lost scandalously. I think 5-1. But they finally won the league after beating 1. I think Lille also drew, so it just secured the league for them. We all call it a farmers league, but I think they celebrated it in a big way. Same thing with Juventus, they won the league. So Williams, you talk about PSG, and Oris talk about Juventus. So Williams.
Okay, it was a thrilling end to the season. My boy Mbappe got a hat trick. Yeah. I enjoyed the match. I watched it. It was very nice. Kudos to them, but I think they need to improve. PSG are not there yet. They're not that force that people should be afraid of yet. If Arsenal was in that French league, Arsenal will win the league. Tottenham was there, Tottenham will win the league. It's the truth.
Yeah.
It's the truth. That league is not strong. It's not competitive enough. And they say, when you don't play with people that are better than you always, you tend to become a local champion. That's what PSG are doing. The competition in that league is working in Monaco. Monaco is fighting for relegation. So there is really no strong team that wants to put them on their toes. You see, they come to the Champions League and they will leave in the round of 16 or the group stage. There's no strong. I don't know what I think investors need to come to that French league and try and build up all the smaller teams.
Yeah, I think there's an investor that came recently. I think that bought Bordeaux, but he has a lot of money. But the one thing he said immediately after buying Bordeaux was that there's no way he can compete with PSG even with his money. So I think the Arab money alone is not. No team can stand them at the moment unless another Arab, maybe the UAE from that part of the country buys another club. Yeah, exactly. Juventus, Oris.
Well, Juventus, brilliant for them. Oh my God, 8 in 8. That's absolutely tremendous. Could see. I know a lot of people like to. Is it underrate is the word they like to underrate?
Yeah, I'm watching the Mustafi stuff again. See, he's raising his hand.
When they like to underrate when somebody has achieved something, they say it's a farmers league, but somebody has to win it. You get, and for you to see, no matter how much you win, winning is something that you never get tired of. You get, so people can talk about how it's a farmers league, that there's no competition, which has a side effect, like Williams has touched on, poor Champions League performances from both Juventus and PSG. But kudos to them. It's not easy. They've won it. Congratulations to them. But
so you won't talk about Ronaldo. What's that?
It's true. I think he's trying to avoid that for his followers on Twitter or something.
No, I'm acknowledging that because it's true. You have to actually win it, because there've been some seasons where everybody has thought, okay, yes, PSG are going to win. Monaco sprung a surprise. It was a couple of seasons ago. Yeah. So you have to actually win it. So for them to win it, it means in that position they must have done everything good. But in the grand picture, in the big scheme of things, the lack of competitive nature in the league affects them in the big stage, because in their league, both PSG and Juventus, they can win majority of their matches while playing at, let's say, 40-50%. I watched Juventus game against Fiorentina, the game they won. They were shambolic. You do that in the Champions League, Burnley will beat you. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You can't play Man City like that. You can't just play Man City like that. Or even if Burnley will not beat you, you will suffer. You probably maybe you drop a point or something. But they played for Fiorentina maybe at 40%. Most of their players not playing in the right position. They were just lackluster. That's the right word. But they won at the end. You get. So you carry that kind of comfort. You saw what Ajax, the young boys of Ajax, did to them. Totally outrun, totally dominated, totally. So, but for them, it's good in the league. 8-8. After their whole relegation scandal, it's good for Juventus.
Benzema. Let's move to the La Liga and talk about Benzema. I think he's on his best run of form for maybe in 5 or 6 seasons now, and he scored a hat-trick weekend. I think Real Madrid relied on Ronaldo for goals so much last season, and I think they still miss that fact that Ronaldo is no longer there. Because if Ronaldo was there, they won't be so far behind. For me, they won't be so far behind in the La Liga, and they would have done better in the Champions League. In my opinion, at least they would have been able to get past that round they were. But talking about Benzema, I categorically do not agree with that statement. Talking about Benzema strictly now. Let's talk about Benzema strictly now. How do you feel about his season? Because he has been the key player for Real Madrid this season. So how do you feel about his season? Because he has always been insulted for not being a good player, for not scoring a lot of goals.
We all know, I think both of us on the podcast, that is yourself and Williams, we all know why Benzema is performing. He has been freed from the shackles of the great one, Ronaldo. And you can try to argue with me, you can try to defend it, but it's the truth. The statistics don't lie. He's having one of the best seasons in his career when he has been freed and liberated. You get. I can't remember Benzema scoring a hat-trick ever. If Ronaldo is there, he doesn't get a hat-trick. You get it. It's the way it is. I don't know if it's a bad thing or if it's a good thing, but we have to say that Benzema is having a brilliant season because Ronaldo is not there. And likewise, Dybala, I have to bring in this comparison. You see how Dybala is struggling. You can say Ronaldo doesn't play in his position, and whatever it is that you have to say, but there's something that Ronaldo's presence brings. When he's in the team, the whole team is engineered towards playing to his strength. Even you could see past seasons where Benzema and Ronaldo play. Benzema could get a 1-on-1 and they would pass the ball to Ronaldo for an easy tackling. But now that Ronaldo is not there, he has been liberated. He's doing well. I watched the game. Brilliant hat-trick. He's getting lots of it. I think he has scored their last 8 goals for Real Madrid, which is absolutely true. I think he has more goals than Ronaldo this season without taking penalties. Let me get William's take on this issue about Ronaldo always strangling whoever he plays with in that attacking position. William, what do you think?
I don't really know how to respond to it. I'm thinking about it. Somebody even told me I wanted my opinion about the whole issue. I don't feel Ronaldo is the problem. You think Dybala wasn't performing so well when Higuain was there.
Yeah.
So you coming to say Ronaldo
was performing better than what he's doing now.
Yes. Now he's not even playing.
He had 28
because the coach has changed their style of play. Now he's starting Mandzukic even on the wing and Ronaldo in the 9 was in the attacking position, then Bernardeschi.
Yeah.
Then sometimes he takes Matuidi to Ronaldo's side, puts Ronaldo in the 9, Mandzukic on the other side. So I think it's either Dybala isn't working so hard in training to break into the first team, or there's been a slack in the performance, or there's been a new style of play that doesn't fit into that doesn't fit Dybala into the team like that, which we don't really know because we are not in Allegri's mind. And to me, I think Dybala should leave.
But I think the point, even if you're not in Allegri's mind, the point is just to discuss what we think is actually happening. And I think, as painful, I'm a big Ronaldo fan, but as painful as it is to admit, I feel in this sense, I think Oris is kind of right because I think you also made Oris points because you said about Juventus changing their style of play, and that style of play changed the moment Ronaldo came to the team. It's kind of everybody to fit in. Once Ronaldo comes, the whole team has to shuffle around whatever he's doing.
It's normal now. Imagine Messi goes to Burnley. Burnley will stop crossing.
Yeah, okay. That's the point.
They will start knocking the ball to suit Messi's style of play. Yes, now. So you can't tell me that. And once Messi, wait, Messi comes to Burnley, wait, Edmund, please. Once Messi comes to Burnley will stop crossing, meaning Woods and Barnes will not be playing that kind of football again, which they are used to. Hence, they will sit on the bench and they will buy a striker that can knock the ball and make runs like Suarez, which is the same thing that is happening to Dybala now.
That's not true. Listen, once Messi, if we're talking hypothetically now, Messi goes to Burnley, they play to Messi's strength. We brings other people into, especially those that play attack, into the game. Look at the statistics of those players that have played with Messi. We're talking about Ibrahimovic. Even with the issues he had when he was at Barcelona, he recorded high number of goals before he left. You talk about David Villa, high number of goals. We're talking about Suarez. Suarez is having the best of his career playing with Messi. We're talking about Neymar. You see, they are not playing to, the whole team is playing to Messi's strength, but he has a way in which he carries everybody around. You see cases of him giving them penalties to take. You can see, if you watch the Man United game, he wanted so bad for Coutinho to score. I don't know if you guys saw it. He wanted so bad, and he does the same thing too with Suarez. So we've seen cases where against Sevilla and the Copa del Rey, they had a penalty against Sevilla, first penalty. He gave it to Coutinho. Ronaldo will never do that. That's one of the examples. So why I agree that they will play to Messi's strength. Messi will find a way to accommodate everybody. The statistics don't lie. The numbers don't lie.
Let's talk about the PFA Awards. The list came out 2 days ago, I think on a Friday. And we had Aguero, Hazard, Mane, Bernardo Silva, Raheem Sterling, and Van Dijk. What do you think about the list, and who do you think actually wins Oris?
For me, the clear favorites are right now between Van Dijk and Sterling. I think Sterling has been exceptional this season, as all players on the list have been, to be honest, because Mane is playing like somebody that is on drugs of recent. I'm sorry to say, but the guy is like he's like on another level. We have Bernardo Silva, who is literally is the dream of every player. Guardiola that guy never stops running. He's never tired. He's creative. He's defensive. He can play a different position, and he has been brilliant this season. And then there's Aguero. We cannot neglect Aguero. He has scored loads of goals this season. And then there's Hazard, who has literally carried Chelsea on his back this season.
Bomb actually.
On his bomb. he has broken his own personal goal scoring record. I think he has gotten 13 assists as at today, which is more than he has gotten in the past 3 seasons combined. So, and then there's Van Dijk. Jesus Christ. I know Williams, initially when I was telling Williams Van Dijk was the best defender in the world, he thought it was just talk. But now you are seeing a couple of people are already chipping in for Ballon d'Or if Liverpool win the Champions League. That's
not going to happen. So I don't even. If it's never happening.
We don't know about that, but that just to show you the kind of impact, the kind of performances he has been. If you watch him playing, he has everything, and the thing with him is not just the defending. It's the organizational ability, it's the leadership ability. He has contributed with some big goals both in their Champions League and in their Premier League. You get, so it's difficult. But for me, I feel Sterling should win because of everything he has done this season. I feel he has scored. He's on a plus this the whole fact that he came out with this whole fighting for black players and racism and stuff like that. I just feel Sterling should win. Plus, they are most likely they are going to win the league. They are top of the table. He has a cup in his pocket. He has the Carling Cup already. He's in the finals of the FA Cup. He's in the finals of the FA Cup, and they are top in Premier League. He has lots of goals, so I feel it should be. So, but for me, it should be between Van Dijk and Sterling. For Sterling,
okay. Williams, what do you think about the omission of Salah from the list? I think Salah too has been decent this season. He has a couple of rough patches, but what do you think about his omission?
Salah, well, I don't know why they didn't omit him. Salah has been very good. I don't know why he's not there. I'm even upset that there's no Arsenal player on that list. What happened to Lacazette, Bame, and those guys have been good this season?
He just criticized Arsenal team just 10 or 20 minutes.
It's been good now. They should have been on the list.
I don't think if any Arsenal player deserves to be on, maybe Lacazette, but I don't feel he has done enough compared to the players on the list. He has done a lot, but not enough compared to the players on the list. But don't call Aubameyang, please.
Aubameyang has 18 goals and it should be on the list.
Doesn't matter.
But nevertheless, I think it's going to be between Sterling and Van Dijk. If Liverpool win the league, Van Dijk wins it. If Man City win the league, Sterling wins it.
No, I think the result comes out before the league decider.
It's going to be Sterling because of the English press.
I'm a bit biased, but I feel Hazard should win it. But although I don't see Hazard winning it, I think Van Dijk or Sterling should actually win. I think I'm giving Sterling the edge, but if Sterling doesn't win it, he will most likely win the Young Player of the Year award, which is if he doesn't
Sterling
win,
should win everything. He should win both the young and both the main player. They should not share it. Van Dijk, yes, he has been great. He has been, but Mane is equally as good as he has been now. Yes, let's be honest. But they should give Sterling.
Okay. On extra time, I would just like to discuss on few trends or what has been happening. I think throughout the weekend we saw some weird things on Twitter and however they like to coin it. We saw like FUPA or something. Does anyone have an idea of whatever that means?
I didn't take that thing seriously. Maybe because I was pretty occupied. I didn't really delve into the FUPA system.
I think I was online, but I don't know. This was just a trend that I did not just get. I did not just understand what it was at all. Like it's like this.
I think it's like one of the main issues with things that trend in Nigeria. I don't use the word senseless, but very things that do not really make a difference. We can see NSAS, which is a very important in trending, and something as non-necessary as FUPA comes and it just covers the whole of NSAS.
So what does FUPA mean? It looks like you have an idea.
I know it has something to do with fatty and something to do with I saw like the
you saw Chemical Brothers post of his fat tummy when he pushed FUPA. I don't know what I don't really get the trend. No. But I have a question for you guys.
Yeah.
So you've been imagine now you've been in a relationship with a girl.
Yeah.
For like 6 years now. And you try and pay him a surprise visit today. You need to find out that he's been cheating on you. What's your reaction?
He's been, please, we are boys, and you say she.
Okay, she. You pay her a surprise visit.
I mean, I don't think for me.
One of you will be the girl. One of you, the other person will be the boy.
For me personally, I don't think there's anything to. If I find that you're cheating on me, I think technically, I think for me, I'm off the relationship. It's quite painful, but
so even if I apologize,
there's nothing for me. There's nothing worse than like there are so many things that are bad, but cheating in a relationship is something that shouldn't be happening. And for me, I respect myself a lot to like be in a relationship with someone that I know that is a serial cheater. No matter how you apologize to me. I think maybe because of the kind of shows or whatever I watch, it's not possible for me to, no matter I love you, I think personally I'll start shutting myself down from the relationship. It's going to hurt, but it's like the best thing because I don't think anybody wants to get married to somebody that you're at the back of your mind, you know you don't trust the person. For instance, now let me just go round about. I was with my friend during this Easter and she told me that she has a male friend who is about to get married. Not really a close friend of hers. The guy was like, okay, let's hang out. She's always saying no. So she finally said, okay, fine. Let's hang out. So they just did a normal platonic hangout and they just went out. Maybe they just went out to hang out for drinks and all. Only for the man's fiancé to call her and start warning her on the phone. What do you think you're doing? Blah blah blah. With my husband, all this kind. She's never married to this guy. The fiancé that called my friend is never married to this guy. So, that one is about to marry somebody that she doesn't even trust. Because how long does she want to continue this calling? Any girl she sees on the guy's phone now, she start calling the girl. Trust issues is a big problem. So for me personally, I don't think cheating. And once I find out that person I love is cheating on me, I don't think we should continue with the relationship at that point. I don't know, maybe Oris has different...
For me, Williams, you said 6 years, yeah?
Yeah.
I'll be honest, and I mean, I don't know, I think see a lot of bullshit, BS right now, but
yeah.
Let me be honest. If, I don't know, but if you are in a relationship with somebody for 6 years, and because obviously for that 6 years, they will have not been together the whole time, yeah?
Yeah.
Like literally in the same place. So maybe there will be a point where they'll be in different states or different, you understand what I'm saying, yeah? Williams?
Yeah.
So I feel at the back of your mind, you have to put that, yes, it's best relationship. Everybody, or I feel a lot of people that go into a relationship now know or have it at the back of their mind that their partners is going to cheat. For me, like Tega has said, cheating is something that I don't think I will be able to forgive you because see, the moment you can do it, but let me not just know. Let me not catch you. Because the moment I catch you, that's it. Even if I don't break up, you will know that something has changed because mentally I'm done because I will not just be able to yes, I will not just be able to look at you the same way. And a relationship without trust is pointless. Like Tega said,
it's a sheep.
There's no point.
It's a sheep.
Williams,
so
yeah.
Williams, have you ever been cheated on?
That's a good question. Yes.
You've been cheated on. Is it like in a recent relationship or something that has happened like so many years ago? It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. You asked, you have been answered.
You asked and you have been answered.
How did you feel, Williams? How did you feel?
How did I feel, bro? I came to tears. It was. The truth is that.
So how did you treat the cheating? Did you break up?
The truth is that you have a lot of things are going to be considered when you're going to have to confront the person. Here is reason. Then love again is another foolish thing. Love will make you forgive. Love may make you not to forgive. You may act out irrational. But the truth is that the more you are with the person, the more you'll be thinking of it like, oh, so this girl was actually shagging this guy. So how will you start seeing the person differently?
Yeah.
And once you start seeing the person differently, brother, I think it's time to pack your things and go
Exactly.
They cannot work it out again. So,
but to be fair, let me chip in a word for the girls, because a lot of boys cheat more in relationship than girls. I feel in every relationship, I think out of 10, 9 or 8 boys are cheating. 8 boys are cheating out of 10 relationships. So how do you think the girls used to feel? How do you think? So especially when they find out, because girls will always find out. So what happens then from their point of view is just a shame that there's no girl here to defend her sex. But really for guys, I think for me, and I think for a lot of guys that I know, the moment they find it, boys feel it more. I don't know. Maybe I'm not using the right word, but boys always tend to feel it more than it's just a mental click, a mental breakdown. Basically, that guy. How can this be?
Anyway, it's just the way things happen in life, I guess. I don't think it's something that can be stopped. Everybody has different personalities, and you cannot control them. It's just for me. It's just about choosing. I don't know whether I say choosing the right person or learning about their behaviors first before you.
Yeah, but there have been stories of people that
are getting married.
There have been stories of people that are forgiving their cheating partner.
Yes,
they've gone on to live happily ever after. So.
Yes,
yeah,
that's true.
That was actually that the word love. You would consider it.
Yeah.
Should I? Shouldn't I? Should I?
Anyway,
I'm low-key in a way. It also depends on the circumstances surrounding the cheating. That one too can also play a big part in whether you forgive the person or whether you don't forgive the person.
Okay. Anyway, so I think on that note, I think we can end the podcast, or we can round up now. For our listeners, please make sure you please try to rate and leave reviews on the podcast on iTunes. It helps the podcast with visibility and all, and it gets more people to listen to the podcast. So if you love the podcast, please try and rate it on iTunes and on the Apple Store. Oris, thanks for joining us today once again.
Thank you.
And Williams also, thanks for joining us.
Yeah. You're welcome always, man.
All right, guys. Do take care of yourselves. Hope you're not having any Easter hangover and everything. The work resumes on Tuesday, so make sure you.
Yeah, mine has cleared.
All right, guys. Take care.